Hi, thanks for watching BibleMountain.com. It's easy in our society to fall into the trap of thinking of prayer as merely a list of things that we want from God. And sometimes we tend to think of God as a genie in a bottle. But the Bible uses incense to teach us to have a different perspective on prayer. Now, Exodus 30 tells us about the altar of incense. Aaron was supposed to offer incense on this altar every day, and the incense was a pleasing aroma, a fragrant aroma that was pleasing to God. And then Revelation 5 tells us the prayers of the saints are incense, and that means that our prayers should be pleasing to God. And that teaches us that we should think of prayer as gift giving, not merely gift receiving. Now let's take a look at this in Exodus 30. The context of this is the Israelites are at Mount Sinai. God is giving them instructions on building the tabernacle. In these verses, God is telling the Israelites to build an altar for burning incense. So let's get started at verse 1. Moreover, you shall make an altar as a place for burning incense. You shall make it of acacia wood. So notice the word incense. We're told clearly the purpose of this altar is to burn incense. Verse 2. Its length shall be a cubit, and its width a cubit. It shall be square, and its height shall be 2 cubits. Its horn shall be of one piece with it. You shall overlay it with pure gold, its top and its sides all around, and its horns, and you shall make a gold molding all around for it. Notice the words pure gold. Some valuable materials went into the building of this altar. Verse 4. You shall make 2 gold rings for it under its molding. You shall make them on its 2 side walls on opposite sides, and they shall be holders for poles with which to carry it. You shall make the poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. You shall put this altar in front of the veil that is near the ark of the testimony, in front of the mercy seat that is over the ark of the testimony, where I will meet with you. Now this was supposed to be placed in front of the veil. Remember, inside the tabernacle itself, there was a holy place and a holy of holies, and there was a veil that separated the two. This altar of incense was supposed to be placed in front of the veil, which meant it was in the holy place, not the holy of holies. Verse 7. Aaron shall burn fragrant incense on it. He shall burn it every morning when he trims the lamps. When Aaron trims the lamps at twilight, he shall burn incense. There shall be perpetual incense before Yahweh throughout your generations. So notice the word fragrant. This incense, when it was burned, would create a fragrant aroma that would be pleasing to God. Notice Aaron was supposed to burn it every morning as well as at twilight. And notice the word perpetual. This was something that was supposed to be done every day, year after year, generation after generation. Verse 9. You shall not offer any strange incense on this altar, or burnt offering, or a meal offering, and you shall not pour out a drink offering on it. Aaron shall make atonement on its horns once a year. He shall make atonement on it with the blood of the sin offering of atonement once a year throughout your generations. It is most holy to Yahweh. So again, these verses tell us about the altar of incense. Aaron was supposed to burn incense on this altar every morning and every evening. The incense would make a fragrant aroma that was pleasing to God. And so we see that the point of this incense offering was to give something to God, to create a fragrant aroma that was pleasing to God. Now let's take a look at Revelation 5 at verse 8. When he had taken the book, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, each one holding a harp and golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. Now notice this last line, golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. So this tells us that our prayers should not merely be a list of things that we want. Instead, our prayers are like incense. Our prayers should be a fragrant aroma that is pleasing to God. And so that means that we need to look at prayer as something that we give to God and not merely a list of things that we get. But again, in our society, it's easy to fall into the trap of looking at prayer as merely a list of things that we want. But the Bible uses incense to teach us to think of prayer differently. Exodus 30 tells us about the altar of incense, where Aaron offered incense every day. That incense was a fragrant aroma that was pleasing to God. Revelation 5 tells us the prayers of the saints are incense. That means that our prayers should be a fragrant aroma that's pleasing to God. And so that means that we need to think of prayers as gift giving, not merely as a list of things that we want from God. If you haven't joined my email list yet, please do so. First of all, it is free. By signing up, you'll get immediate access to all my free content. It will be delivered right to your email inbox. This is the best way to make sure you don't miss out on any of my free content. In order to sign up, go to BibleMountain.com, click on follow. There will be a place there to enter your email address. Once again, thank you for watching BibleMountain.com.